Hello my internet friends, John Gibson here with I Need Examples. Today I'm going to explain how to use the Freeze Panes tool available in Microsoft Excel. One very common problem using Microsoft Excel is how much data you must look through. It makes it even harder when you scroll down and forget the header names, or you scroll right and lose the label information in column 1. Microsoft has a solution for this. It's called Freeze Panes. It will freeze a portion of the sheet to keep it visible while you scroll through the rest of the worksheet. This is very useful for checking out data in other parts of your worksheet without losing your headers or labels. Freeze Panes has 4 options available. They are Freeze Panes. This keeps rows and columns visible while the rest of the worksheet scrolls. Freeze Top Row. This keeps the top row visible while scrolling through the rest of the worksheet. Freeze First Column. This keeps the first column visible while scrolling through the rest of the worksheet. Unfreeze Panes. This unlocks all rows and columns to be able to scroll through the entire worksheet. This option only applies when there are frozen rows and/or columns. Let's start out with the Freeze Top Row tool. Here is our worksheet. When I scroll down, I lose my column headers. This is not desirable. Let's fix that. Go to the View menu option at the top of the Excel program. Find and click on Freeze Panes. This will open up a menu with 3 Freeze Pane tools. Select Freeze Top Row. That's it. Now I can scroll through the worksheet and the top row will stay in place, making it easy to keep track of the headers. To unfreeze the top row, go to the View menu option at the top of the Excel program. Click on Freeze Panes. Now there is a new option called Unfreeze Panes. Clicking on this button will unfreeze all rows and columns. Click on the Unfreeze Panes option. Now I can scroll through the worksheet and the top row is no longer frozen. The next tool to use is the Freeze First Column tool. Just as before, go to the View menu option at the top of the Excel program, find and click on Freeze Panes. Now select Freeze First Column. Again, that's it. Now I can scroll through the worksheet and the first column will stay in place, making it easier to keep track of the row labels. To unfreeze the first column, go to the View menu option at the top of the Excel program, click on Freeze Panes, and then click on the Unfreeze Panes option. The last and most useful tool in the Freeze Panes group is the Freeze Panes tool. This tool will give us the ability to keep an area of the worksheet visible while scrolling to another area. Instead of just one row or one column, multiple rows and/or columns can be frozen. A rule to remember is always select the row below the set of rows to freeze. For example, to freeze rows 1 and 2, I will click on A3. This is the third row. Go to the View menu option at the top of the Excel program, find and click Freeze Panes, select Freeze Panes, and that's it. Scrolling through the worksheet, the top 2 rows will stay in place. The next example is to freeze the left 2 columns. Just like the row rule in selecting one row beneath the rows to freeze, the same rule applies to columns. Select one column to the right of the group of columns to freeze. For this example, click on C1. Go to the View menu option at the top of the Excel program, find and click the Freeze Panes, select Freeze Panes. Now scrolling to the left and right through the worksheet, the left 2 columns will stay in place. Now let's unfreeze these columns. Now I want to show you how to freeze not only the top row but also the left column. As before, the rule applies. One row and one column more than the row-column group to freeze. So now I want to freeze the top row and the first column. Following the rule to freeze the top row, we need to be at position A2. This takes care of the top row. Now to set up the position for the left column, we need to move to the second column. This puts us in B2. Click on B2. That's one row down and one column over from the columns and rows we want to freeze. Go to the View menu option at the top of the Excel program. Select Freeze Panes. Select Freeze Panes. Now, when scrolling up and down, the top row will not move. When scrolling left and right, the first column will not move. This makes it easy to keep track of the headers and labels of the worksheet. Now unfreeze the columns. The last example will be to freeze multiple rows and multiple columns. Since we know that the rule is to be one more column to the right of the columns to freeze and one more row below the rows to freeze, what would be the correct cell to place the cursor to freeze the first 2 columns and the first 2 rows? I'll wait. Yes, that's correct. Select cell C3. Click on C3. That's 2 rows down and 2 columns over. Go to the View menu option at the top of the Excel program. Find and click the Freeze Panes. Select Freeze Panes. We did it! The first 2 rows and columns are now frozen. Now we can scroll through our worksheet and the rows and columns will stay in place for easy reference. Now, just for one more time, let's unfreeze the rows and columns. Go to the View menu option at the top of the Excel program, click on the Freeze Panes, and click on Unfreeze Panes. The left 2 columns and the top 2 rows are no longer frozen. Thank you for watching. Again, this is John Gibson with I Need Examples. Please like, subscribe, comment, and click on the notification bell to stay up to date on new videos. Have a wonderful rest of your day.